What's up, everybody? This is Ricky's Awesome 97, and today I've decided to do something a little different. I'm going to be doing this hopefully every month at least, depending on if I watch it or not, or if I'm able to see it. I'm gonna start reviewing independent pro wrestling shows. I've I'm actually a very big fan of independent pro wrestling. I'm a huge follower of it as far as Epic Pro Wrestling War or Dungeon Championship Wrestling, IWL, Adrenaline Unleashed, Future Stars of Wrestling. Um, uh, I know there's a lot of wrestling going on here in Vegas, so I decided to start reviewing independent pro wrestling. If it's in Vegas or Southern California. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Southern California show that happened on December 10th, 2011 in Lakewood, California. Um, it was a show hosted by Epic War, which is owned by Gary Yap. If you haven't heard of Epic War, then they've been around since 2007. They're one of the most controversial promotions right now. They have their very own web series entitled Epic War. You can watch it on artoverlifestudios.com, along with a couple of other series they have, like Usher or Ultraviolent. So I'm basically just going to talk about some of the things you should be aware of leading up to this event and some of the changes that have been going on. First of all, Gary Yap's daughters, Raya and Sarah Yap, were just announced as the new general managers of Epic War due to Gary Yap not being able to be the general manager due to being too busy with other projects he had, such as working on a movie storyboard, something about a new comic book, I think, and just a lot of things. So he decided to hand over the management of the company to his two daughters, I'm not sure how old they are, but I'm pretty sure they're like maybe 16-year-old, and following them becoming the new general managers, they announced that Epic War would be different in another way because they have decided that all matches that are hosted under Epic War will be under laxed ruling, which means it's no disqualifications, no countouts. If you grab the rope, then there's no 5 count. That the only way you can win is if you get a 3 count. Another huge development that happened was the current Epic War champion, Nikki the New York Knockout, who is also the longest reigning Epic War champion of about 2 years, I believe. About a week before the show, she decided to part ways with the company, which for some reason it could have something to do with the lax ruling or the new management. But she decided to part ways with the company. That means she is no longer the champion, and honestly, I like Nikki the New York Knockout. I think she's a great worker. I think she's a very talented wrestler and a great performer, and she's intergender match or not, but she's defended her title all year long against guys like Van Acid, who's a wrestler from New Japan Pro Wrestling. She defended against tough enough competitor Martin Casius. She's wrestled Jason Watts, Marcus Riot, a couple of other wrestlers, I believe. Johnny Suave, Jimmy Rave, and a couple of other names I can't really think about right now. But she's been through a lot of obstacles, and to just part ways with the company like that and not even defend your title at least one more time. That's just such a shame because she's such a great worker. So I guess I'll get right into the review of the show. There was about 50 to 65 people in attendance. This was at a YMCA. Now the problem was that this event happened on the same exact night that Pro Wrestling Guerrilla had their show Fear, which Super Dragon was headlining his big return with Kevin Steen against the Young Bucks. So no matter what Epic War did, they really didn't have much of a chance as far as being able to beat Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. But still they're very risky, and that's taking a risk going up against Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. That's like when TNA went up against Monday Night Raw on Monday night when they brought back Hulk Hogan. So I'll get into the opening contest. It was a tag team competition between Ridiculously Big, which was the team of Biggie Big and Ridiculoso, versus Ryan Kidd and De La Paz. Ryan Kidd was announced that he just turned 16 years old, so if you're wondering how old he is, he's 16 years old. And I've never heard of his partner De La Paz or Ridiculously Big because I don't really pay attention to SoCal Pro Wrestling. Some high points about this match were Ryan Kidd just took an advantage of so much. He got chopped countless times by Biggie Big. He took a couple sentoms from Biggie Big, which is basically where he just takes a huge bump right on Ryan Kidd, and that was just brutal to watch that. Another big spot was Biggie Big, who's like 350 pounds, did a suicide dive through the ropes into Ryan Kidd, De La Paz, and Ridiculoso. I thought that got basically like the biggest pop of this match. It was really awesome to watch though. Anyway, the finish was Biggie Big picks up De La Paz in a fireman's carry. Then Ridiculoso jumps off of the back of De La Paz, delivering a leg drop to Ryan Kidd, and then Biggie Big slams De La Paz onto Ryan Kidd and gets the cover. Next match. Before I go on, I just want to check the time to make sure I'm not running out or anything. Okay. So I'm probably gonna do this in parts because I don't want it to take a long time to upload. So I will continue this review in part 2.